Hi, greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope you're having a good week so far. Well, our look at the 11th Doctor era now continues on with Victory of the Daleks. So, let's take a look at it. The 11th Doctor and Amy take the TARDIS to the Cabinet War Rooms during the Second World War. As the Doctor arrived late, Winston Churchill turned to the scientific advances of Professor Edwin Bracewell, including robotic devices called Ironsides, which are recognized immediately by the Doctor as his arch enemies, the Daleks, but acted as Bracewell's inventions. The Doctor attacks the devices, shouting, "I am the Doctor, and you are the Daleks!" Unbeknownst to the Doctor and the humans, a Dalek ship is in orbit near the moon. Upon hearing the Doctor's testimony, which has just been transmitted by the Ironsides, the Dalek aboard uses it to activate a progenitor device and alerts its comrades on Earth. The Daleks reveal their intent to expose Bracewell as an android before returning to their ship. The Doctor follows in the TARDIS, leaving Amy behind for her protection. The Doctor threatens to destroy the ship, including himself, before the progenitor completes, as part of the Daleks' plot to restore their race. But the Daleks fire an energy beam on London that lights up the entire city minutes before an air raid by the Luftwaffe, leaving the Doctor's allies vulnerable and creating a stalemate. When the progenitor completes, five brand new Daleks in larger, redesigned casings emerge from the progenitor chamber. They disintegrate the older, impure models, who die willingly. At the same time, Amy convinces Churchill and Bracewell to use the technological know-how they have obtained from the Daleks to modify 3 Spitfires so that they can fly in space. The pilots attack and destroy the dish on the underside of the Dalek ship that was firing the energy beam. Before the last Spitfire pilot can destroy the ship, the Daleks trigger the power source inside Bracewell that contains an unstable wormhole that will consume Earth if released. The Doctor, torn over defeating the Daleks or saving Earth, orders the Spitfire to stop its attack and returns to Earth. With the Doctor's help, Amy is able to convince Bracewell that he is more human than machine, deactivating the device. The Daleks, having played on the Doctor's compassion for Earth, announce their victory and retreat into hyperspace. The Doctor and Amy remove all the advanced technology borrowed from the Daleks, despite Churchill wanting to use it for war, and convince Bracewell that he need not be deactivated because he helped save the world. Aw, that's sweet. Anyways, let's look at some continuity here. Several allusions are made to previous Dalek adventures. In Power of the Daleks, a resuscitated Dalek declared, "I am your servant," similar to the line, "I am your soldier," as used in this episode. The Doctor also expresses a desire to see the final end of the Daleks, a direct quotation from The Evil of the Daleks, when a second incarnation expresses the hope that the Daleks have finally been destroyed for good. The Doctor refers to the events of the previous Dalek invasion of Earth in The Stolen Earth and Journey's End, when talking to Amy about the Daleks, becoming concerned when Amy does not remember these events. At the end of the episode, a crack is shown in the wall behind where the TARDIS is parked. The crack, having first appeared in Amy's bedroom when she was a little girl, has been a recurring theme. In Flesh and Stone, the Doctor discovers it has the power to erase things from existence, the reason Amy cannot remember the Daleks. Interesting. Now let's look at the production of this episode. Showrunner Stephen Moffat wished to bring back the Daleks, as they were popular among children and become one of the regulars. He stated in March 2010 that he and the production team had considered redesigning the Daleks. Mark Gatiss, the writer of the episode, was instructed by Moffat to write an episode about Churchill versus the Daleks. Gatiss was not sure what to do with the premise at first, but then became excited about doing a war movie of which he was fond, and his own Dalek story. For research, he visited the real Cabinet War Rooms and read diaries and first-hand accounts of the war. Gatiss's inspiration was the 1966 serial The Power of the Daleks, though he had never seen it due to it being lost, which depicted them as more silent, an aspect he called very scary, more than when they're just barking orders. When Gatiss wrote the first draft of the episode, Matt Smith had not been cast as the Doctor. Gatiss wrote an early draft for a generic Doctor, The Moffat commented it sounded like John Pertwee, and Gatiss agreed. Once Smith has been cast, Gatiss watched Party Animals, a television series Smith had previously starred in, as well as anything else Smith was in that he could find. Gatiss used these to download his speech patterns and examine his energy and phrasing. Gatiss noted that the Daleks belonged to World War II, as their mission to destroy everything that was not Dalek was a very Nazi concept. In fact, Terry Nation, the creator of the Daleks who had grown up during World War II, constantly based the Daleks on the Nazis. Smith also drew a parallel between Churchill and the Doctor, as both of them were very intelligent and had also known each other for a long time. A scene cut from the final episode explained how the two had known each other for a while. Gatiss included one of Churchill's favorite expressions, "keep buggering on," into the script, which he was delighted to do. Ian McNeice, who portrayed Churchill, previously played the villain Zeus in the 8th Doctor Big Finish audio play Immortal Beloved in 2007. Gatiss wrote the script for the Daleks redesigned to be big buggers, bigger than we've seen them before. The eye stalk was designed to be level with Smith's eye line. Moffat and Gatiss wanted the new Daleks to be very colorful, similar to the Daleks of the films from the 60s. Gatiss originally wanted there to be a green Dalek, but decided that green just seemed to work somehow. Nick Briggs, who voiced the Daleks, planned to counter their bright colors with a more vicious voice. Moffat wanted to somehow incorporate Spitfires in space. A replica of World War II Spitfire was used in front of a green screen to shoot the live-action parts of the scene and the image of the Spitfire, while the rest of the scene was computer-generated. The sequence contained the line, "Broadsword to Danny Boy," a reference to a similar line in the film Where Eagles Dare. Gatiss provided the voice of the Spitfire pilot himself, doing one version clean and another with his hand over his mouth. In an interview in April 2010, Gatiss described how the cameo came about. Quote, "When we were filming last summer, someone came up to me and said, 'Is it true you're going to play the voice of the Spitfire pilot?' And I said no. The next day, 2 people approached me and said, 'Oh, that's clever. Are you doing cameo Spitfire pilot?' And I said no. And then a few weeks ago, Andy Pryor, the casting director, emailed me and said, 'I understand you want to play the Spitfire pilot.' I emailed it back and said, 'No, but I will if you want me to,'" end quote. That's actually pretty hilarious. So overall, I think this is a very good story, and having the Daleks this early into the season is actually quite clever. And trust me, we'll be seeing them again. Trust me on that. But as to when, I'm not going to say it, because, well, spoilers. So overall, I give Victory of the Daleks 4 out of 5 sonic screwdrivers. And well, tune in next time as we meet those Dankar and Weeping Angels again in The Time of Angels. Well, I hope you enjoyed that review, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around, subscribe if you haven't already, be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified by when I upload videos, and if you want to help support this channel, then be sure to check out my Patreon page, link as always is in the description below. Well, until next time, this is Hooving Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! Averse polarity to the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.